Okay, traders, welcome back to day 7 of the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. Today we're going to be discussing unlocking motivation, discipline, and focus. As you start off 2023 and go through the journey, key characteristics that are going to contribute to your success are your ability to focus, are your ability to stay disciplined and motivated towards your goals. So I wanted to share with you guys some key insights from human behavior and psychology on how you can maximize and unlock the motivation, discipline, and focus you need to accomplish your trading and your life goals in 2023. Now, if it's the first time checking into this series, make sure you go back to day 1 and watch these videos in order. I'm putting out an immense amount of value through December to help each and every single one of you master your trading mindset. I'm afraid people don't put the importance and focus that's necessary on their mindset, on their psychology, and as a result, many traders aren't becoming successful in the journey. So I wanted to bring out some awareness, I wanted to bring out some great education tools to help each and every single one of you. The only thing I ask from you guys and girls is to subscribe, to like the videos, to share the videos with those you know will get value from them, to share them in your trading communities and on social media, just to help get the awareness out there and encourage people to become part of the Master Your Trading Mindset movement, so they can ensure, and you can ensure heading into 2023, it's your most successful year yet. But without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to talk all about unlocking motivation, discipline, and focus. Now, the big problem here that we're addressing is incongruency. I guarantee you any issues with motivation, discipline, focus, if you find yourself procrastinating, if you find yourself lacking focus, or even exhibiting symptoms of ADD or ADHD, it's an indication that you're not congruent with what's truly most important to you. Let me give you a few examples as we talk about this. Okay, so procrastination, laziness, lack of discipline and focus are a symptom of attempting to pursue things low in value. If the person you loved most was in trouble and someone was attacking them and they were calling for your help, you wouldn't turn around and say, you know what, I'm just too lazy. I don't have the motivation or the discipline to go off and help that individual. The truth is you would spurt into action and spontaneously go and help that individual because they're extremely high value to you. They're extremely important to you and their livelihood is extremely important to you. Okay? So this is, of course, a very extreme example, but it's true. It's the same principle. We are called into action and we're motivated and we're disciplined and we're inspired and we're focused to pursue those things that are of high value to us. And lower value things, what we tend to do is we tend to procrastinate, we can tend to lack discipline and lack focus. Now, this is the way the brain is set up because the brain allocates resources towards things that are of high value. Now, the key thing here is you have to differentiate between what is actually truly important to you and what you think is important to you. Okay, and this is something we're going to touch on. Now, most people are incongruent, okay, meaning they don't know what's truly important to them. And as a result, they inject priorities of others. They see other people they admire. They look on the TV, they look on the social media, and they say, I really like this guy or girl. I think they're very switched on and empowered. And they put them up on a pedestal and they inject their values and priorities. So first and foremost, an individual is not clear on their own priorities. They subordinate to other people. They inject their other people's priorities. It could be your parents, it could be teachers, it could be influencers in society or on social media or people in your trading community. And what happens is they're now expecting themselves to live outside their own true set of priorities because they don't know them. They're attempting to live according to someone else's priorities, which is silly because they're not your priorities, they're someone else's. And as a result, because they have an unrealistic expectation on themselves to live outside what's truly most important to them, mainly because they don't know what is truly most important to them, they kick into a vicious cycle of beating themselves up. And as they beat themselves up, they self-minimize and put other people up on a pedestal to a greater degree, and they repeat the process. So this is a vicious cycle that people kick themselves into, and then they beat themselves up for not having motivation, discipline, or focus. It's pretty silly in my opinion. The key thing, as we're going to discuss in this lecture, and as I talk about in detail in the 12-week program, is it's important to get clear on what's truly most important to you and structure your life around that, and not inject values of other people, not have unrealistic expectations on yourself, but to expect yourself to be congruent and expect yourself to live according to what's most important to you, because that's what your brain's designed to do. So In fact, one thing that will lead to a lot of frustration and anger in your life, and I know a lot of traders who experience this, is attempting to live outside your own true set of priorities and attempting to live within someone else's. So we're going to talk all about getting congruent and tapping into motivation, discipline, and focus in this video to ensure that you accomplish your trading and life goals. The keys here to unlocking motivation, discipline, and focus. Like I alluded to, whenever you pursue things high in value and priority, you will have motivation, discipline, and focus. Okay? Your motivation, discipline, and focus is directly proportionate to how valuable the task is you're pursuing. If it's extremely, extremely valuable in your mind, and it's more important than anything else, you're going to pursue it. But if you lie to yourself and you think something's priority because you've injected it from someone else usually, then you're going to try and pursue something that you think should be of value to you, but it isn't. Your brain is set up to pursue what is most important to you. So you're going to have an incongruence there. And you're going to use language like, I should be doing this, I need to be doing this, I have to be doing this, I'm supposed to be doing this, which is all an indication that you've injected a value system there or a priority from someone else. So you have two choices in life. The first choice here is to pursue goals that are already congruent with your priorities. For example, if you have a look at what your life demonstrates, your life demonstrates that raising a beautiful family is most important to you. Now, you can now set goals congruent with that. For example, you can set goals around raising your family, and there's going to be a congruence there. You're going to see the link there, but you're going to see it, your goals directly contributing to what's most important to you, what your life demonstrates is most important to you. Or you can link your goals to your priorities. So let's say, for example, your life demonstrates raising that beautiful family is the highest priority to you because that's what you put your time, energy, and focus to doing. And by the way, your life demonstrates what's most important to you because what you're doing is obviously of most importance, because if something else was more important, you'd be doing that instead. Okay, so you have to have a look honestly at what your life demonstrates is most important to you. It's where you put your time, it's where you put your energy, it's where you put your focus, it's where you put your money, it's what you learn about, it's what you're inspired to do, etc., etc. So the second option here is, let's say, for example, you're still committed to raising your family, it's what your life demonstrates, but you also want to become a funded trader. So now you have an incongruence there initially in your mind. So you want to take that goal of becoming a funded trader and link the action steps to your priorities. So you can see that every day, if you're dedicated to pursuing that goal, the action steps that lead to that goal, it's actually helping with what is most important to you, raising your family. So we're going to talk a bit about that linking process in today's video, but I talk about in depth in the 12-week program. But making that link clear in your mind is essential for motivation, discipline, and focus. Because if you don't make that link, you're going to go off pursuing a goal that isn't initially linked to what is truly most important to you. And you're going to go off pursuing that goal, but your brain is going to be wanting to allocate resources based on what's most valuable to you, which is raising your family. That incongruence is going to lead to you not having focus towards your goal. That incongruence is going to lead to draining energy and lacking motivation. And that when something pops up in the family, you're going to go and allocate resources to that, and you're not going to have discipline towards your goal. So it's all about ensuring that there's a clear link in your mind and you see it in your perception that one is helping the other and vice versa. So there's no incongruency there. The moment you do that, you tap into motivation, you tap into discipline and focus. It's a key principle in human behavior that people overlook. Okay, so the way you go off and do this is implementing these few steps. And this is ensuring your success in 2023, because motivation, discipline, and focus is a huge component of your success. Once you get clear on your goals, once you identify the high priority action steps, it's all about persistently and consistently executing on the action steps. That's ultimately what's going to get you the goal at the end of the day. And if you don't have the motivation, if you don't have the discipline, if you don't have the focus to follow through with those action steps, then you're not going to achieve that goal. So get clear on what your life demonstrates as most priority to you. Again, your life demonstrates it. A lot of people say that my priority or my value system is running a business, for example. And when you look at what their life demonstrates, they've got no demonstration in their life that they're committed to that whatsoever. Maybe they work for someone else. They don't put any time, energy, or effort into building a business. And what's happened here is they think it's important to them. It's a fantasy in their mind, but their life doesn't truly demonstrate it's important. So to get clear on what your life demonstrates as most important to you, just have a look what you put your time, what you put your energy, what you put your money into. because that will be an indication of what is most important to you. It may be working a 9-to-5 job. It may be raising a family. It may be going to the gym and building up your body. And then you want to have a look at, all right, what are the voids driving those values? Because we don't move a muscle without a motive. There's always an underlying void that drives value and priority in our life. So have a look. What do I perceive as most missing in my life now? Or what did I perceive as most missing in my childhood? And you'll see a direct link between those voids perceived missing in present and childhood driving particular value systems in your life. And that's an indication that things are important to you because you've got voids that your brain is trying to fulfill. The second thing here is you want to set clear, specific, realistic goals. And you've been working through this Master Your Trading Mindset movement in order. You'll see that we've already touched on this, but you want to set clear, specific, realistic goals. You want to identify the high priority actions that you want to be doing daily to accomplish those goals. Okay. Now you may also lack motivation, discipline, and focus because you have such a big nebulous general goal there that you haven't actually chunked down into high priority actions. And you're a little bit stuck because you don't really know what to do next. So this process here of getting clear on a very specific end goal, which we talked about 2 days ago, day 5, I believe, on why you will not achieve your 2023 goal. So go back to that if you're having issues with this. But you want to set a very clear, specific goal, and then you want to identify what is the highest priority action right now that I can do to move me one step closer. And once you get clear on that, a lot of the motivation and discipline and focus is there. But then you also want to go one step deeper and you want to ask yourself, why am I doing this particular action step? And you want to see the clear link in your mind of how doing this action step is actually serving and benefiting what is most important in your life. For example, if you want to raise a family, but you also want to become a great trader, and one of the action steps you identified is developing a trading plan. So a clear link you can make in your mind is, well, me dedicating 30 minutes a day to developing this trading plan is actually going to help benefit and serve my family because it takes a lot of the emotional volatilities out my trading, which means I'll be more pleasant around my family. It'll also help build a system so I have more confidence in myself as a trader to help provide financially for my family. Having that trading plan there will also help me build a system that I can rely on so I can scale with capital, which is also going to help provide financially for my family. So if you see the link in your mind by doing that action step and it serving and benefiting what's most priority, there's not going to be any issues with motivation, discipline, and focus. And you want to keep making links and adding benefits and completing links until you see yourself actually doing the action step and you do the action step that you've set, that you see human behavior change. Okay, those are really key steps. Now, the other little thing I want to add in here is I talked about the importance of doing things that are actually important. You want to get really good at assessing 2 factors in any action step. The first factor is this thing actually important? Is this thing actually important? And the other factor is this thing important to do now? Is it urgent? And this is the Eisenhower matrix that I constantly run through my head whenever I have tasks in front of me. The first option here is that a task is not important and it's not urgent. Okay, so you don't ever want to expect yourself to do something that's not important, not urgent. You're gonna continue to put it off. You're gonna have unrealistic expectations in yourself. You're gonna beat yourself up for not doing something. Just delete those things out of your life. Don't even bother doing things that aren't important and aren't urgent. The second option here is a task can be important but not urgent. So those are the particular tasks you want to date for a future date. You want to go into a Google Calendar and schedule that for a different date and put it at a time when it is going to be important. The next option here is a task can be non-important but urgent. These are things you want to look to delegate and get off your plate and give them to someone else. Don't expect yourself again to do something that isn't important but is urgent. The fourth option here is something that's important and urgent. Ultimately, you want to free up your time to ensuring that you're focusing on things that are both important and urgent. This is where you're going to have the most value perceived towards a certain task, and you're actually going to get it done. So I constantly have this Eisenhower matrix in front of me in my mind and asking, where does this particular task fit in? And I'm either deleting, delegating, dating, or doing, depending on which of the quadrants it falls into. Okay, so tie that into your little productivity sessions in 2023, and I promise you it will help. That, as well as making the links and understanding the reason why behind action steps and having clear goals and having clear action steps. These are all going to help ensure that you have motivation, discipline, and focus when you're pursuing your goals in 2023. Okay? Now, a little bit of a summary here. You were designed to procrastinate when pursuing low value tasks. Your brain allocates resources to pursue what is most important. So if you have an expectation on yourself to pursue something that's low value, you're going to procrastinate and you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to ask yourself, why am I so lazy? You're not lazy, you're just expecting yourself to do something that isn't important. Okay, so don't have that expectation on yourself, otherwise you beat yourself up. The next thing is you need to get congruent. You need to know what your life demonstrates as most important to you. You need to set inspiring goals. You need to chunk those goals into high priority actions. You need to link those action steps to what's most important to you. That's how you get congruent. That's how you have motivation, discipline, and focus. Consistently link action steps to your true priorities. That ensures that when you have that clear link in your mind, you see the reason why behind doing action steps, and things become important, urgent, and inspiring. Okay? So the other thing you want to do here, like I've mentioned as a little additional step, is you want to constantly assess, is this important and urgent? Or if it's not, you can either delete it, you can date it, you can delegate it, depending on whether it's important and urgent and what scale it's important and urgent. Okay, it's the Eisenhower matrix, you can Google it. Okay, guys and girls, I hope today was useful. We were talking all about motivation, discipline, and focus. Again, this is a key thing you need to have through 2023 to ensure you're achieving your trading goals. But if you resonate with this lecture, make sure you check out the free 7-day trial to the 12-week program. We talk about this in detail. I give you complete masterclasses in that program, which has been a mind blower for the hundreds of students who've been through that program. The other thing, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share these videos with friends you know will find them valuable. Continue on the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. Focus on empowering your mindset this end of 2022 so that you have the most successful 2023 possible and you scale your trading to the goals you want to achieve in your trading. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow for day 7. Cheers.